Okay, morning guys. Welcome to another exciting video. As always, today we're talking about pain, just like we talked about January 8th, 2008. First day I made a video, and we're still talking about the same subject. I'm 36 and a half years old, and there's nothing else to talk about. Of course, I could talk about other things. However, there's nothing else to really talk about because pain is the most severe problem, and that is the one that has to be resolved. Until that happens, there's really not a lot to talk about. Okay, so now that we understand about pain being severe and stuff, we can move on to talking about pain. So let's begin. In my last video, I talked about pain, and then this video, I'm going to talk about pain again. Understand the pattern. Say the January 8th, pain. Everything beyond that, pain. And then now the last video was pain, and it's the latest update. It's called pain, right? You understand? I could call it whatever I want to call it, but it's still pain. That's what I'm talking about. Right? Pain is the word. Pain is the word to describe what I'm talking about. Right? It's a word that you understand to be, a source of discomfort, sometimes more extreme than other times. So that's what we're talking about, is pain. Okay. So let's get to it. So I'm out here in the wild. There's a turkey making some sounds over there. Got cardinals, the birds are waking up. And we may see some things, we may not. Just a skunk had sprayed here a while back, I could tell. That's not a good sign either, but hey, whatever. It'll be good for the YouTubes, because the entertainment on the YouTube is the entertainment. Yeah, you guys like that. You guys like that entertainment. Okay, just checking. You guys like the entertainment, don't you? Okay, I'll keep it entertaining then. So the update is the same as before. I'm making progress here. Just a one day at a time thing. I have a bunch of stuff in my legs and my pelvis and low back, glutes. These are all things that I'm concentrating on the most, because that's, a lot of postural stuff, standing, getting those muscles to activate, stretch, and hold me in a better configuration, because this one really sucks. Hopefully we'll get there, but we are making progress there. One second. Okay, we are making progress there. Still getting headaches and stuff, and I still can't function. The more that I do this, the more it's going to hurt. But I was hurting all day yesterday, and I just woke up that way. I got some sleep finally the night before, and unfortunately being in a sleep position for 9 hours wasn't my body wasn't too happy with that. So I thought, I woke up, I'm like, oh, it feels okay, and then I started walking, and it's like, oh, it's up north. So when the tension is up higher, It's more subtle, but it is more severe when it triggers a headache. And it's really difficult to mitigate. Really difficult for me to stretch my way out of it. Wow, sunrise, that's beautiful. Wow. Look at the colors and stuff. Wow. Look at the colors and stuff. Yeah, just look at it. Look at all those colors. Just look at it. Wow. Isn't that nice? Wow. Okay. I've looked at it, so I'm going to keep walking now. Okay, so where was I? Before I was interrupted by the sunrise. Sheesh. You know I have to look at you when you show me that, right? You know I have to look at it. Okay, just checking. Yeah, I'm slightly retarded, in case you didn't notice. I'm actually not retarded, but I'm a combination of all the things I've learned is this. I combined all the information that all y'all gave to me, and it became this. And that's you. So I can't get any problem addressed. I've been in severe pain since I was born, pretty much, and the doctors have no answer. The engineering of the body is not taught in school, so there's no way to know. There's no way to prevent. Nobody cares about prevention. People drink alcohol and celebrate and say that's a good thing. And they teach the children this, and they grab you and use you for their own needs to make themselves feel better and stuff. And nobody cares about the child, and nobody really has any plan or any fucking idea of what is a good life. Tend to screw over other people and take for ourselves instead of setting up the next person for a good life. We take from them and laugh it off. That's what I got from all of you, so I could go on, but I'm not going to. I don't like to do that. I don't really like to do that much. I like peace and quiet. Although my thoughts are intrusive, I have all kinds of garbage in my head that just rolls around. The things that people said, things that people did, just images of horse shit, images of other things that I'm not even thinking about. I don't even know where they come from. You know, things from the TV, things from the movies. A combination of these things make new things, you know. So I don't like it. I got songs that pop in my head randomly like I'm a jukebox. I go, what the fuck is playing now? I haven't even heard that in a while. And it's like, well, it's playing now. Okay, the more you take in from the out, the more you take in from the out, the more the out becomes the in. You understand? That's a simple way of saying it. Anyways, whew. Yeah, there's still a lot to work on, but I do like seeing the improvements. Oh, I can't hold my arms. I can't hold the phone. Damn, I've been working on my arms a little bit, but clearly they're no good. That's mostly the shoulder, I think. That upper back is a tough spot. I mean, they're all tough spots, really, but I think I need to work on the lower back before I work on the upper back, because the mid back is holding a lot of tension, and I'm trying to figure out, well, what's it holding it from and stuff, and how do I release it? And you know, based on 3 years of daily rehabilitation, 3 years, 3 months, and counting. You know, I believe that it's the lower back that has to come before the top in order to, it's got to release through the middle somehow. I don't know. It's all what's the word? It's all, conceptualization and working theories. I don't know. Oh, look at that. Let there be light. Let there be light. Yeah, it's all conceptualization and working theory, because I don't know. But theoretically, I've been a machine operator as a career for about 15 years ish. Of course, I'm not doing that anymore because I'm broken. I just can't work on the machine. The machine's just sitting there laughing at me. I say, ha 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 ha. I say, fuck you, prick. That's what I said. But he doesn't care. They don't have feelings, but they'll still laugh at you. But anyways, so I went to the, I had to learn how to operate this machine. So I went to the jobs site and I started working on it. So how can I figure this out? And it's like, I'm just banging my head, like, what the fuck? This is so complicated. Every time I get something, it's something else. And then I get to the end, I realize, oh my God, the machine engineering. It's the way they designed it, right? Oh my God, it's the design. It's the engineering. That's all I need to know, is how it's engineered and how it's supposed to function. And then it's a lot easier to troubleshoot and solve the problems. Of course, they don't teach you that, right? So then my body breaks down. I'm like, all I need is the engineering of the human body. And where the fuck is it? We've been, people talking in the history books, oh my God, where humans been around thousands, tens of thousands of years and stuff. That's a long time. So did anyone figure out the engineering of the body yet? Anyone figure it out so we can, distribute that information on like a flyer or something? Brochure, maybe? You can just distribute the information, or we could teach it in the school with all the young children. Say, this is the body. You have one. Everybody has one. But you don't know shit about operating that thing. You just eat, Twinkies and stuff. Eat a bunch of ho-hos. But you don't know any shit about operating that thing. No, you do not. So then they go, oh, we're not going to tell you, right? That's how it works currently. It's how it's worked since I was a child. They just don't tell you anything. And then you go, what the fuck? And then if your body breaks, you're fucked. And depending on how bad it breaks is the amount of pain. Now we're back to that word again. Or the amount of pain that is experienced by the individual. Of course, the other person can't feel your pain, so they just look at you and go, well, I got to get on with my life. I got really important things to do. And I said, no, you do not. I can guarantee you this. You do not. There is nothing more important than solving the problem that I carry. There is nothing. But they don't listen. They go, and they move on. Okay. But you could teach this shit in the school about the human body and stuff, but they don't do it. They teach you other stuff. They say, oh, the derivative and the antiderivative and the cosine tangent. They say, that's advanced math. I say, oh, wow, what can I do with that? And they say, I don't know, go to fucking Mars or something. That's so far away. Oh, that would be awesome. Let's go to Mars. Or they tell you about, they tell you about English language. They go, oh, no, you can't write it like that. It's like this. And then they, no, not like that, like this. And I go, oh, what the fuck? Why don't you just tell me the engineering of the language? Why don't you just tell me, what the rules are, and then I can learn it. And they go, well, sometimes it's I before E and stuff, but sometimes it's not that. And I go, that's not a rule. That's confusing as fuck. They say, well, you got to learn. They say, and then what? Then I can write it down, I guess. I could say the words that I learned and tell other people that they got to learn. Is that what you want me to do? Because that's what I'm going to do. So the whole thing is just complete horseshit, is what I'm saying. So what else do they teach? And they teach you, oh yeah, don't forget about Bill Nye the Science Guy. You know, they just wheel in the old VHS, you know, player, and they put it in, pop it in, and just spinning his head around, woo. And then there's a light bulb and stuff, the light bulb. They say, Bill Nye the Science Guy, Bill. And you go, oh my God, this is great. This is better than sitting and listening to Mr. Abernathy go on about fucking, you know, boron and stuff, you know, whatever, arsenic. It's better than Mr. Abernathy going on about boron. We can watch the Science Guy on the TV and spin around, and then they say, oh, okay, we're going to take a break. You guys have been working hard. Here's the magic school bus. Right, there's Miss Frizzle is surfing down the highway, and there's an octopus in the neighborhood and stuff. You know that? The octopus in the neighborhood. Yeah. So the curly hair and shit. Or frizzy hair, whatever you want to call it. Saying, oh my God, you know, it's like, what a fucking adventure we're going on here. It's a magic school bus. I got to sit in the school bus every morning, and I go, I stare at the lines on the road, you know, as they go by. Lines, line. And sometimes I'm so bored that I start counting them. I go 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4 line, 5 line, 6 line. And I say, oh shit, I lost count. All right. 1 line, 2 line. You just start going over again, whatever, you know. And then you get to the fucking school, and then and then the magic school bus. I go, I sure as fuck wish I could have a magic school bus. Give me something to think about while I'm on the regular school bus. Say, if only this fucking thing could fly around and stuff and take me to other worlds. Wouldn't that be something? But that didn't happen. That's not what happened. Okay? So then there's like 9/11. This was my education. Then I'm in Mr. Bale's science class. It's a physics class, right? It's physics, and then fucking 9/11 happens. The tower's coming down, and they cancel Nickelodeon. I go home, watch Nickelodeon and stuff. And then it's like, no, it's just towers for a month, every single day, every channel on the TV, towers fumbling and just fucking ash and stuff and smoke, and then the firemen are running in like, oh, we got to do something, and we go in and they get sick and they're breathing all this shit, and they go, I'm dying, like the fuck. It's like, well, we could raise a charity or something, and we send money and stuff, and then they say, well, whose fault is it? And then there's just a bunch of retards on the TV. They go, I'm a retard, but I think it was the Osama guy, and here's his picture here, and here's the other pictures of the other towel heads. You know, there's all these guys with towel heads and stuff, and you're like, oh my God. So I don't trust any Arabs anymore. That's a takeaway message. Because all these people are just talking about a bunch of shit. Nobody actually explains what actually happened. And it's just a bunch of lies and fucking spin, and the media is retarded. And this is just cycles and cycles and cycles, and it's the same fucking horse shit. It's just, oh my God, this is terrible. So I'm like, so this is completely a waste. So what happened was, you lied to me every single day that I've been alive, right? You didn't prepare me for life at all. Now I carry chronic pain, and you're telling me there's no way to solve the fucking problem. But you won't even tell me that because you don't think for yourself, because you read a script and you think that I'm being difficult, so you're trying to handle me. So then you go, oh, well, just keep trying the physical therapy and stuff. And I say, well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, but it hasn't worked ever in my life. So I'm just saying, how can I solve this problem? And they go, well, sir, we were trying, we don't know, you know. So how can you possibly not know? You are the medical field. Like, what the fuck do you do all day? So, you know, it's just like, where is the engineering of the body? I look around from textbook to textbook. Not a single person will tell me. They'll give me bits and pieces of information here. Not a single person explains how everything works in this body. And until you figure that out, you will never, ever, ever fix it. You will never fix it. So all you're bragging about your Super Bowl ads, all the medical, we're advancing, and here's a guy with a beaker and stuff. Oh, look at the guy with this. Oh my God, we're solving problems. We're really making progress. We used to do, we used to have polio and stuff. Now we don't, and they just keep bragging about horseshit after horseshit. When are you going to solve the fucking problem? 36 and a half years counting. All I'm doing is counting the liars, the lions. The lines on the road, the lines on the road, that's you. Lion, 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 feeding me line, line, line. Understand? That's all I'm doing. And I apply for Social Security disability, which is the promise that I will get insurance reimbursement if something happens to me and I'm unable to work physically to do my job. And I have applied for that, and I have been waiting. I have been waiting. Why do I need to wait? Why do I need to wait? You answer the question, not me, because I understand what's going on here. Do you? I need to wait for a judge, 2 employees, plus a judge to tell me whether or not I'm disabled? Are you fucking kidding me? And what happens when they tell me no? What does that imply? What does that imply? They shouldn't exist. They should be dead. They should be dead. So you're going to keep telling me no over and over again while I walk through this fucking place the rest of my life? And you're going to do that to all these other people at the same fucking time and call yourself a fucking anything? What the fuck are you? You're an asshole. You're a liar. You're a piece of shit. You deserve to get crowbarred to the fucking face by all of us. You don't understand pain, so I will help you understand it. I go to the mental hospital and you fucking call me 4 different disabilities, 4 different mental disorders? Are you fucking kidding me? You're a fucking idiot. Whatever you call me, that's what you are. Read the description and pay attention. I'll fucking kill you. I'll take every fucking ounce of the energy I have left and I will beat the fuck out of your existence because it doesn't need to exist. Legally, morally. There is no justification. Stop lying, start learning, and solve the fucking problem. All these other doctors are fraudulent. Do you understand? Fraudulent. Judges, fraudulent. Police, fraudulent. Every single person I've walked through and touched or nearly touched is fraudulent. They are not qualified. They are dumb. I'll lure you into a trap and I'll beat the fuck out of you. For no reason other than you shouldn't exist. Did you understand what I just said? I will lure you into a trap and beat the fuck out of you for no reason other than you should not exist. Stop lying. Richard Anthony Hardeman 072802643. That's the name, that's the number that were assigned to me. I give it back. '25 Rolling Meadows Way, Penfield, New York 14526. There is no cyber security. Fuck the fuck off and wake the fuck up. There is no security. That's my address. You want to fix it? Come fix it! Everybody heard the echo.